Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer, and we are returning to Hearts of Iron 4. We are in the process of doing a major encirclement here in the Pripyat marshes. At least that is what we are hoping to do. You can see there are certain challenges associated with that, and that is they're fighting back. The Soviets are fighting back pretty well down here, so we need to close this gap. That's going to be the focus of this episode, and let's see whether we can achieve that. Until then, I just want to point out, because some of you have been asking for that, that we are in fact building a couple of transports. We are allocating some factories to that. It's maybe not enough, and honestly I think we can pull back a little bit here on some of these items, especially the artillery. I think we can do with a lot less artillery. We are producing so much of that anyway that I think that's going to be alright. It does mean we are losing so much more rubber because we are now building more planes, but not much of that we can do about that. We could potentially ask Portugal for a little bit, but honestly that's not really that useful. The other thing I wanted to highlight is I had a look here at the supply situation, and of course it's pretty horrible, as you would kind of expect for the Germans, but one of the interesting bits is that if you look at this situation down here, a lot of the rail traffic runs via Krakow to Lvov, and that is a very small line that doesn't really carry that much capacity. The other problem is that you can see pretty much all of these supply things here come basically directly east out of Berlin. So this is where they are running, and then from Küstrin they are running sort of south and east. That's a little bit inefficient. I would very much like this southern route to be used so that this up here doesn't become such a large bottleneck. And to maybe do that a little bit, we have just started constructing a new railway line down here from Rzeszów to Krakow, and hopefully at least that will be used for the southern supply. I don't know whether that will work, but we're going to try anyway. I think that is a good idea. Right, anything else then that I wanted to do? Oh yes, army logistics. We do have a couple of medium tanks that are missing and light tanks that are missing, so basically our resources are not up to full strength and we don't have the supply to reinforce that. We are going to be producing some stuff, but it's going to take a while, and in the meantime we're going to take further losses, so I'm not entirely sure whether we're going to be successful there. So one thing that we could do is take a look at our heavy tanks, and that is I think exactly what we want to do. And we're going to take a Schreiber Panzer division here, and the basic difference here is that you guys are going to use heavy tanks instead of the light tanks and the other tanks. Instead of the motorized equipment, you're going to get mechanized infantry. That does work out pretty well with the speed over here. Also means we can remove these guys. And we now have a template here for a Schreiber Panzer division, which we are going to give a nice symbol. Let's take this one. It does have a lot less soft attack than we are used to. It does have a little bit more, well, quite a significantly more hard attack. Breakthrough, a little bit less, but I don't think it's that important. The important change is armor and piercing. These things are now much better than they were before. Combat width is also actually very small, so that's nice. But more importantly, it does not use as many medium tanks, not many light tanks, pretty much only heavy tanks here, and that is, I think, a good change that we're going to heavily take. Right, can we equipment attack? That's all pretty good. We're going to actually use this match here. That's fine, and we're going to take that. Now, of course, we don't have any division that is actually into that standard, but what we can do is grab one of these guys over here. For example, the 7th Division, which has very little equipment anyway. We're going to change your template here to the Schreiber Panzer Division. We are going to need a couple of things, but we do have all of that available, so yeah, I think I'm going to be happy about that. Right, there we go. You're going to lose some experience and such, but honestly, I think we are alright over here. Right, so without further ado then, let's get going. So the plan is going to be, we have a lot of motorized equipment down here, which is actually currently in the process of breaking through this line. They're probably going to need to fight over here. These guys are actually already fighting a defensive battle around Kiev, but you know what? I think we have good chances down here in the south. In the north, I'm a little bit less happy. The situation here seems a little bit more fluid, and some of these battles we might or might not win. So let's see how well that is actually going to work out for us. By the way, can you guys attack here? You can. Okay, in that case, let's do that. Mostly to keep these guys sort of pinned in. We'll see whether that is going to truly work out for us, but it might. It might, so that's good. Right, you guys are actually going to Kiev. That's probably not a spectacularly good idea, especially for the tanks. So we're going to ask you guys here to come to the north, and actually I think honestly the same is going to be true for the motorized equipment. Kiev itself seems to be... There's a tank there. I don't think that's as useful to attack. Right, pretty much all of these other battles. This one over here might work out in our favor, but I'm not entirely sure it will. So we're going to ignore that for the moment. Okay, one of you guys will actually need to attack here. Again, pin these guys in. I'm mostly hoping that we're going to achieve that breakthrough here and over here. That would be fantastic. But it's going to be tight. We are going to win this battle down here. You guys actually pushing forward. That is lovely. Can you go to some of their rail lines? You know what? You could actually try to come over here. Cut off the supply of these guys. Speaking of supply, these guys here are out of it. So that is a good development. Okay, now we're attacking Kiev itself. I would love for one of you guys to go away. More ace pilots, that's lovely and such, but we really do need to win here and then kick these guys out. We've got now 3 divisions over there, that's not good. Kiev itself might be the more promising attack plan here then, all of a sudden. Yeah, they do have the tanks, and these tanks are going to be difficult to dislodge though. We need to see. This battle up here is also starting to look a little bit more difficult than it potentially did before. By the way, why are you getting less equipment here? Potentially you're sending some home. Is that it? Might be, might be. Somewhat hopeful about this battle up here. Maybe we can win. But yeah, really the big question is down here, isn't it? More ace pilots? I mean, that's lovely and such, but it's not going to be the most important one. Okay, you actually met some resistance there. You're going to be overcoming that one, so that's okay. But I suppose we do need to come here, and I suppose one of you guys should actually try to come there, sort of protect our flank. You guys should actually be able to come over here, shorten our front line a little bit. Yeah, but the real battle is going to be in the north. Of course, the flip side of that is that potentially we can get our southern troops to support our troops in the north, and do relatively well that way. By the way, do we have the entire rail line here? No, we do not have the entire rail line because we are sort of missing Minsk itself. Let's try to see whether we can flank Minsk by getting to these places. Honestly, Minsk itself does look pretty vulnerable too, though. So maybe we can actually overcome it directly. It's only a single division in there. Of course, if we could cut off that division, that would be fantastic. But how often can you really do that, guys? Do go south here. Maybe there's going to be a way to do some small encirclements here. You never know. You never know. And every small encirclement helps. Look at how little organization these guys have. You guys are trying to attack Kiev directly. Okay, you know what? In that case, let's try to support that. And you guys, since you have one over here, let's try to bring you onto the other side there. And that also means that one of you try to pin them in. Okay, there are some troops there, but they have very low on organization, so that might still work. By the way, doctrines. Tactical strategic bomber. You know what? Let's unlock this one at least. Interception is going to be useful, and I want to get rid of that symbol. Right. Everyone else here? You know what? This area here would still be good to get due to the rail link. And I do like that that is a mechanic that you need to consider now, so that's good. Minsk, how's the far north looking? Pretty well, actually. Nothing too exciting happening here. That's okay. We don't need it to be exciting. Speaking of, you guys can advance. Right. Come on, guys. Down here. If we can create a breakthrough here, if we can support the advance there in the north, I think that would be fantastic. Bring you forward. Oh, look at this. Not entirely sure why you guys aren't attacking, but you should. You should. Wait a minute. You guys, maybe don't attack. Maybe let's give that to our Hungarian friends. I think they have slightly higher soft attack values. There we go. Come on, let's try to overwhelm them. Right, still fighting over here. You have kicked out a couple of troops there. You should potentially try to support that attack from another flank there. Okay, you did well over here. Let's try to sort of kind of fully encircle them here. We'll see whether that is going to work. Yeah, big question is, are we going to win? We're losing over there. That is annoying. But if we can overwhelm them anywhere over here, that would be so great. Guys, can you maybe attack over there? You can still support this attack. Okay, we did breakthrough over there. That is nice. Okay, let's take half of you guys here. Maybe 2 divisions. You're gonna come. You're gonna stop that attack, and then you're gonna come down here, around there. We do need to find weak points where they aren't as strong. Kiev itself is going to fall soon. There we go. We're immediately going to come under counterattack here. And just notice how many troops they have in these gaps here now. That's not even funny. Kind of few troops over here. So let's do another push down there. Maybe we're going to be more successful this time. You guys should at least go into empty provinces. You know, whenever there is an empty province, I think very much you should be trying to exploit that situation. This is fine. You guys are still pushing up there to the north. That's fine. You guys are coming under counterattack here. And you guys are all sort of advancing into different directions. That's principally okay. But look at the amount of troops that they have got. Okay, this is not going anywhere. But over here we might be able to do something. Jesus. These battles, man. These battles. Okay, let's start attacking that place a little bit more here. You guys are defending there. That's fine, but you should try to fall of Kiev. There we go. Didn't read that, but that is nice to see. Right, okay, guys. You can now defend, but you can also support this attack here. You know what? I'm just going to ask the Hungarians to do that. That might actually be a bad idea, because you guys have radios and such, so you do the support attack. That makes you more likely to reinforce, which I think is going to be great. And then we need to decide where we're going to try to push further here. I think this is the evidently much less defensive spot than this one. But these guys are sort of going all over the place, and I don't know where they truly headed. Okay, let's try to go there. Okay, coming under immediate attack there from the side. There's so many troops. Just so many of them. There's tanks and the river. I think we can't forget about that attack. How does the situation look down here in the south? Well, a little bit bleak. Evidently we're not going to be able to break through there, so maybe we can still do that over here. Yeah, maybe that is gonna work. Right, let's do come over here. Maybe at least a small breakthrough is gonna be possible. Speaking of breakthrough, you guys are circling around there. That's good to see. But really, also you guys support this attack. Yeah, by far not most of our divisions have actually reinforced. So we're still kind of losing there. But I think soon we're going to see some wins, hopefully. Come on, you must be able to do something over here. We've got so much combat with, it's just that not everyone is coordinated here. Okay, let's do that again. So, stop all of your attacks. All of them. All of them are going to be stopped. There we go. Okay, and now we're going to take the infantry, and pretty much only the infantry. You're going to attack? Oh, you can't. Ah, fun. Right, you can attack though. You can attack. You can attack. And you can do that too. There we go. Now we've got many more divisions in play. We should be able to win this much more handily. And that's going to be nice, isn't it? I think so. Right, these battles here, very difficult though. Pretty much no go over here. That battle has... We were able to cross the river, which is nice. But we cannot push through that. We cannot really hope to achieve that. Situation in the far south? Looking kind of okay. You guys can even get down there. 6 divisions that we could encircle. Notice that they are withdrawing troops from here, so... No big surprise, but still a little bit unfortunate. Okay, 68% there. Maybe we can close the gap. Why don't you attack? Okay, I think they're closer to surrendering here, so let's bring up our mobile forces so that they can be arriving right when that battle ends. Defensive situation here is fine. We did manage to encircle them, so let's immediately go to attacking them. With as many troops here as we've got. 84, you know, you guys can actually support that too. You guys can support this as well. That should give us a nice broad combat. And 6 less Russian divisions to worry about in the future. Yeah, that battle going absolutely nowhere. We're sort of stuck with our motorized and armored columns here in a situation where they're really not that useful. Guys? Are you advancing to that? Yeah, you are. Okay, good. Alright, situation up here is developing nicely. We've got 10 divisions circling to the rear there. I don't think that's necessarily the best. Let's attack a little bit further there. See whether we can unbalance the Russians a little bit. Yeah, but I think with the amount of troops down here, our armored formation here, our 1st Panzer Corps, not going anywhere. So we're actually gonna pull you away from here and ask you, all of you basically. I've got all 24 selected now, haven't I? Yeah, don't need you guys up here. You're doing fine where you are. But everyone else down here, you can go back please to this this location there. Regain a little bit of your organization. You know what? We're actually going to pull all of you guys to the north there, just slightly to the north. But there's no hope pushing through here. Absolutely no hope. By the way, am I seeing this correctly? I think I am. I think this position here, we're going to actually keep 4 of you guys right here. I think this is only guarded by a single division. And that could be it. That could truly be it. A single division would be very easy to overcome. If we could also overcome them here. Let's try that anyway. We're pinning everyone in that we can reasonably pin in, so that's going to be alright. Okay, interesting to see them shifting troops all over the place here. What's doing fine down there? You guys have been beaten back, that's lovely. That does mean we can send more troops in against these troops that are up in the north, which is fine. You guys really just beat them, just beat the crap out of them. Situation here is still a little bit underdeveloped. You guys doing fine here. Let's continue to support this attack here, because I would really like them to just give up, free up our troops to do something else, and that would be fantastic. Right, you guys, are we advancing to there? I think we're not, aren't we? Well, let's do attack them. Also notice there are very few troops here. I notice some of you guys are attacking that position, which isn't the worst, but well, let's wait until that stabilizes. I see a couple of troops moving around there. You know what? You can also stay here. Maybe we can create what we'd been hoping for such a long time. Finally down here. These are bloody battles. I don't even want to know how many troops we are losing here. But finally we are making some progress. Someone shot down. Let's actually take a brief look here at the air situation. So, you guys all fine. You guys not all fine. You can't grab anyone. You? Yeah, you're fine too. It looks to me like most of our guys should have someone. Yeah, even you. That's all good. There are not that many battles over here, but there will be soon, so I'm going to keep these guys flying. Okay, we did manage to break down that little position down there, so that's nice. But again, what is happening here? What is happening here? Why are we not winning these fights? Seems to be correlated a lot with these heavy tanks. No big surprise, but still. Okay, could I kindly grab one of you guys here? And again, this is not a very successful attack, but I would very much like these positions here not to be reinforced. Yeah, the combat with this is the problem down here. But we could potentially win. And if we can advance into here, we can actually support further attacks there on some of the other groups. And that almost leads me to pull back a lot of these guys here. It's such a wide combat, and yet we are not reinforcing, even though all of our units have radio. That's a bit annoying, to be honest. Why are you so bad at doing this? Why? We should be fighting this with like 4 times or 3 times as many troops. That's why we're not winning there. Okay, come on. This is starting to look very nice. I think we are going to win over here. I think you guys are going to send a couple of troops there to the north. And maybe we can overwhelm them here. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Oh, well, it's not. Wondering why nothing is happening, and we are paused. Okay, you have come over here. Let's attack into here, except for one of you guys who's actually going to join in on this attack. That now means that there is somewhat of an opening down there. I also noticed that you guys are completely understaffed there. It also means that you guys can potentially do an attack down here. I actually are all withdrawing already. Kind of interesting. Right, you are under counterattack here, that's kind of fine. Come on, just win. This is what we really need to win. Okay, let's get the motorized, the armored troops there. Then we can see whether we're going to win here. You guys are defending somehow from an attack here from the north, which is all right. There we go. Okay, come on. This is starting to look promising. Don't want to be overly optimistic here, but come on. This is looking good, isn't it? Can we squeeze a little bit in some of these places? I think we can. There we go. Set some pressure on them so that we can maybe clear them out a little bit faster later on. We need to win this defensive battle, then we can support this attack. There we go! Ah! Finally! Finally! Ha! How many troops have we got down here? Very hard to say. Okay, that's 13, 15, 17, 20, 26 divisions. Not as many as I would have liked to see, but certainly not nothing. Okay, so what are we going to do then? So I think most of you guys here are the 7th Army, right? So 7th Army, that's you. Let's edit your stuff here. So honestly, that doesn't look too bad, does it? Whoop, wrong thing here. So I think we just want to cave that in as fast as possible, and we can even pull back a lot of our armor troops here. I think I don't want to overtax our armor troops, so we are going to grab these guys here and we're going to send them to Minsk. Even these here in the north, I think. Ooh! What's going on, my friends? You know, I often complain about the AI, quite a bit actually, and their frontline system. But up there, leave them unattended for a while, and they seem to be doing pretty fine. Right, now, the issue is again though, everyone and them other thinks that they need to be some completely different place to where they are currently at. So let's try to fight a little bit like that and slowly cave them in here. We could wait a bit, just let that simmer a little bit, so to say, but I don't think that's really necessary. Right, you guys down here in the south are fine too, aren't you? Right, 7th Army. We're also just going to give you a general fall of Leningrad, another victory here. And really messy lines, but I'm not going to complain at this point. No, no, no. This is more than perfectly acceptable to me. If we've got we've got Leningrad, how big is that? Maybe we can even grab Novgorod. Well, I mean, even even Novgorod, Leningrad already is the biggest prize, one of the biggest prizes. Right, as you might know, historically the Germans had slight issues taking that. Not quite as straightforward as they would have hoped. Right. Although, to be fair, I think maybe they didn't even want to take it. I think they had a very deliberate plan to starve it out. Right, how are these battles looking? pretty good. I think now... Look at that, though. No, I must have miscounted. Look at that. That's... How many troops have they got down here? So that's 15. 19, 21. Sorry. Sorry, sometimes you can't just... 15. Right. 18, 19, 20, 21, 29, 30, 34, 50, 60, 60 to 70 divisions. 70 divisions! How many divisions do you have? 2.5 million field and manpower. Okay, I know this is going to take a moment here, but we are going to certainly bob that. That is a huge success here. That's huge. I think the biggest issue is going to be to make sure that this is at least somewhat consistent in the battles here. And in the front lines. Yeah, this battle here is going to be tough. 47% only. For 6. But I think slowly but surely we're going to see that a lot of these divisions here are going to be lost. Which is perfectly what we want. Ace being promoted. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Another one. Yes. There we go. Lots of people being bobbed there. You're defending over here. And let's do move you into there. And look at how they are collapsing. Except for that central position here. That is really going to be a tough position to break. But you're sort of defending in all directions already, so I think we're going to be alright. Yeah, and I'm simply going to attack with everyone here, not going to try to sort out everything. It is going to be a little bit messy, but look at that. How many troops is that? Just in that last pocket, and notice how many we had been defeating before. Guys, attack. 69. Yeah, I'm really hoping that we can kill these guys actually faster than they can reinforce. Not entirely sure that is going to work, but a man can still hope. Alright, come on. By the way, how is it looking in the north? Not too shabby, is it? But you guys can feel a little bit more confident there, I think. Jesus, look at that. That's looking good. Can we defend there? Or I'll try to close that. There we go. Okay, let's take a look here at the Russians. So we killed... That was about 600,000 men or so. What does the war situation say overall? They lost 2.3 million against us at this point. We lost 700,000. This is starting to look a little bit better. We were at the 1-to-2 ratio for a long time, and even 1.522. So this is huge. 3-to-1. Especially as that means all of the additional losses that they had were pretty much on top of that. Brilliant. Very lovely. I like it. And we even have some unassigned divisions here. Oh, yeah, that's an entire motorized army that we got over here. Which is going to have some trouble getting resupplies. And you troops, these troops actually look pretty nice now. Especially the 7th Panzer Division here. With its heavy Tiger tanks. Nice to see. So what I'm going to do in between episodes is going to revisit a little bit of this. You know what? We just actually bought that one. And let's also take a look here at the Naval Battles. So, seems like, yeah, good number of destroyers sunk there. And some heavy cruiser. Another heavy cruiser. Not too bad, I think. Not too bad at all. How are the Italians looking? Yeah, it's a back and forth. They are always kind of, they are stable over here, but I think the supply issues persist for both sides. So they are a little bit troubled there. No sign of an invasion there yet. That's good. And overall, I think we can also see that a lot of these Soviet positions now look considerably weaker than they did before. I mean, before they had a lot of positions where they had like 10, 12 divisions, and it doesn't look quite as bad now. So yeah, happy about that. Gonna do some fixing here in between episodes, but hope you enjoyed. Do leave a like and everything, and I'll see you around next time. Bye bye.